just kind of looking back at last weekend and how things fell into place with a couple key qualifiers heading into nationals.
Yeah, so when I talked to you guys last, we talked about going there and adding some people to the list. And so Max got us qualified, which Chris asked about. The DMR got it qualified. And then the guys in Boston really took off and submitted some marks there. Lewis was safe now looking back, but he improved his mark there in Boston. Charlie improved his mark as well. And then James, of course, broke the collegiate record there. So and the person who owned that collegiate record is pretty big time. So anytime you can put your name and his name in the same sentence, you're definitely in good company. So just overall trending well, and hope to continue that next week.
You look at projections heading into next week. There's many people who think the men's team is going to perform pretty well. What's your thought process on the men's team that you're bringing down there and what their potential is?
Yeah, I think we have a formidable team, but ultimately we have to get there and compete on that day and see where the chips may see what those get us. One of those things to where we won't worry about the score into that. We'll just go out there and try to treat this meet just like we treated all the other meets that we went to, one day at a time. I think I heard you guys, Isaiah said it best. Friday's the most important day. There is no Saturday without Friday.
And then same thoughts on the women's team that you're bringing down there.
Same thing. I think they're very formidable as well. We have to put some things together to be podium team-esque, and that's always our goal on both the men's and women's side to get a trophy, and you have to be top 4 to get one of those. So that's the goal.
Just looking back real quick on the indoor season, was there any marks that jumped out that kind of surprised you or that stood out? Any that held up over the course of time that you thought might be challenged?
No, the only real surprise, and maybe it's not a surprise to Ben, is Cole Hawker. Didn't know he was wheels like that because, of course, we ran him in some of the longer stuff early on. And so to see him run 3:58 and almost beat Matthew Centuris there in Boston, says a lot. And he's a youngster. He's a freshman. So that's probably the only real surprise. Maybe some prizes on the other side of people that didn't make it or didn't get there, but no real surprises by the kids that are going.
You have a bunch of newcomers heading down there, first timers. You also have a bunch of veterans. Do you lean on the veterans to get those first timers prepared, or is that something you kind of take on?
Yeah, I think your peers can help and short circuit some of that newness because they can speak from their experience. Of course, us as coaches have been there a number of times, and we can speak to the experiences there as well. But I think it means a little bit more when it's coming from your teammates. And so we have a host of kids that have been there before. So they'll definitely have the opportunity to share with their newcomers, first timers.
You had your horizontal jumpers at Tracktown the other night, and a couple of them are here today. What's your thought on what they've been able to accomplish this year and what's still ahead of them?
Yeah, Risa's probably the elder statesman of that group, and she's been phenomenal in everything that she's been able to do. And I think those kids are continuing to grow. We talked yesterday, Tuesday at Tracktown about Lexi, and she's kind of the baby of the group, but more so than that, probably Isaiah. He's a transfer, but this is his first year, so he's learning the Oregon way, per se. And I think they're just learning and continue to get better and better.
Anything else?
Yeah.
Bernice, what about you?
I think you covered all of it. I don't have any questions.
What music you listening to today?
I'm not listening to music today.
No music today.
I feel like I got a little frog in my throat, so maybe the virus is coming to get me or something.
Got a little Barry White going on there.
Exactly. What about you? You got a question?
Maybe, let's see, what are you going to miss most about the seniors?
Ooh, what am I gonna miss most about the seniors? Their charm, their laughter, their inside jokes. Like if you get with Arisa and she's probably spread it on to the newcomers, you should have them do some Coach Johnson impersonations. They've been around long enough to know some of my sayings and some of my quotes because we tend to be creatures of habit as coaches, and so there's things that they hear year in and year out. It never changes, and be interesting or funny for you guys to hear them impersonate me and some of the things I do. So those things you'll miss because you start to grow an affinity and affection for those that you're around more and more and more. And of course, I'm learning the new kids, and they're learning me. So there's a transition and growing period there with the new kids that the older kids probably get. Yeah.
Great.
And here's one thing for you: are you one of the social? What's the lady that came and talked?
Oh, Lori Shantz.
Lori.
Oh.
Are you one of her people?
I am not.
Not
but
part of the track bureau class. No.
Okay.
But we
Yeah.
know Lori.
Yes.
Well,
she's
I got some
awesome.
choice words for Lori. I was listening there at her at Tracktown, and I never been invited to come speak at her class. I
We'll
feel
pass
like
it on.
she's
We'll
a
definitely
track
pass it on.
person, and talking about track classes, she's got all these local athletes that come and track. I feel like I got a big bone to pick that I haven't been invited. Maybe I have some information or knowledge or willingness to share. Maybe we can even partner up on some things and make the class even better.
Well, now you've got yourself booked.
Wow, you take that there.